Holy.
Percy, did you want it, or do you want? Is it okay if we give it to Kira?
Um, up to you. I don't
Because you
really care.
sound so dead.
If there's someone who's dueled more recently than Shadowbringers,
Not me.
I can duel.
No.
I can also duel
I
and
would.
switch Graph to Tonk.
Yeah. Oh, I mean that would work as well. If you want to swap with me.
Okay.
Okay.
So Percy duel. So I'm going to need 2 melees to do rend. Who would like to volunteer for those? I just need 2 melees. It's not. I can rend 1. Oh, okay. So that was Edward for rend 1. And I need a second rend. Any melee can do this. I could rend. Okay, so we have Mags, we have Edward first rend, and then Mags and Laura for second rend. The duelist is on Golem's Percept, so that's good. I will need a Slime's Percept if anyone wants to offer that up. If that is an issue, basically we can I can also do Percept. I can do lots of Percept actually. Okay, Tosho, Percepting Slimes. And Remus T8 Percept. Right, and basically I will be looking for any DPS as in I think Fizz range and physical. I'm looking for Dream physical batteries. If anyone wants to offer that up so that Percy can do a lot of big damage. Would anyone like to do physical battery? Or do you feel comfortable with physical battery? Kira can physical bat. I will put you tank in my party. Okay, solo tank. I'm assuming you spoke with them before about it. Okay. So I'm just gonna put you temporarily in Queen for now because I just want to make sure we can see which one we will need. Anyone else wanted physical battery? Let me check.
I just want, by the way, the black mage in my party, they apparently blue screened, so they'll be back in a minute.
Okay. I'm gonna ask in the other place if they want to do another overflow. It sounded like the Black Mage is going to be coming back. I'm just double checking to see if there might be another overflow. I'm not 100% sure if there are enough vets because I think most of them are going to be going to Himbo's Reclear. Seems like I made a lost dervish. Someone get Lithia the lost dervish. I am still looking to see. Wait, Percy, are you swapping classes? It's still showing you as a paladin.
I am. I'm a monk now.
Oh, okay. Let's see. If we only have one physical battery, do we have Graph? Do you know like which one's the best one to use it on?
On what?
For physical battery.
I mean, melees or fizz range doesn't matter. Just
Oh
as
no,
long
I mean
as-
like if we only have one physical battery.
Oh. Probably like TA or Queen. Queen's Guard's not that bad. Yeah.
Wait, what did you repeat? What was the last thing you said?
TA or Queen. Queen's Guard's not that bad.
Queen's Guard's not that bad. Okay.
Just having more damage there, like from the duel, like the duelist is probably gonna mimic them at that point, right? So like having more damage there is probably better than on Queen's Guard.
TA. Like it's better in TA Red Dot or
Yeah, for sure. Also, Graf,
Okay.
if you want to solo tank our party, I can. This bad.
Yeah, I mean I can do that as well. Are you okay with solo tanking? Because I could also excellence bat as well. Like either way, whatever you want to do. I could use a break from tank honestly, so I'm down to just Sam.
Yeah, sure. I can just Aether Shield.
Okay, sick. As long as you're comfortable with it, yeah.
the Graph. Would you be open to doing a physical battery for Queen?
Yeah, I can fizz battery. Is it just on TA or?
I think Kira's taking for TA, and then we'll have one.
Percy's
for
probably also doing it, right? Is Percy dueling? No, probably not then.
Percy's
Percy is dueling.
Okay, cool. Then yeah,
We just
I'll
won't
take
have
it.
one for.
So who's doing what? Kira's on TA, me Queen? Question
Yeah.
mark? Okay,
Yeah.
cool.
Play dancer, smile.
Ain't no way I'm playing dancer in
Just
here.
play
What the
dancer
hell?
and throw shit everywhere. That's what I like.
What do you mean you're not gonna play dancer in the duelist party?
Ain't no way.
Okay, so
Smile.
I'm actually gonna draw out a ready check. If you have the items that you need, just say yes. If you, well, sorry, if you don't have the items that you need, you can say no, and then let us know what you need, before we queue in. Because once we queue in, we are not able to trade. Oh shoot. Sorry, I just remembered. There was someone who said that their friend couldn't get in. Did your friend need a clear? Is that why you were asking? Oh, there goes it. Okay, so let's see. Party finder. That was a healer. So I need one healer. There's going to be, so basically there's a pre-pop holster. You use your pre-pop holster at the box, and then afterwards okay. And then the box, then you refill the box with your actual holster that you'll have for the whole instance. Well, looks like we do need one more healer. Can someone tell me if the healer spot got eaten up? Because I definitely had to disconnect again.
Yeah, it filled immediately. Almost
Okay.
immediately.
I think Final Fantasy just hates me today. They are in. Okay. Once I get in, I'll do another raid check to see if everyone's good.
I just want to say, if you need fragments for any reason, Charlotte over here at the Resistance Locksmith has a lot of pure essence fragments to hand out if you need those. Just tell them what you need. You can also ask it probably in shout chat right now. There's a ton of vets just hanging around in Gangos to give fragments.
We do not have magical batteries. I don't usually assign a flare star. Did you want to be a flare star, Red Dot? It looks like Mantia wants to be flare star. Okay. So, and making sure is your group have a Cure 4 still, then let's see. Oh, yes.
Double caster is completely fine. Even double rolls or double jobs are completely fine. They don't matter that much.
Just discuss who is going to use Cure 4 and the other can just do pure damage.
Serena is currently disconnected.
Oof. But also, like, just in case for the double caster, just make sure to pack a Cure 4 in your bag in case your the other caster was not able to pop up from their re-raisers, so you can be the backup Cure 4. Yep.
Okay, I think I'm gonna give them a few more minutes. Other than that, it might be a ranged DPS that might be opening soon. By a few minutes, I mean, probably at 29. Even though I should probably do that shorter so that we can actually get in. Unless they respond back to me, but it doesn't seem like they are. Alright. Just gonna have to kick Kadink. Let me try to get. That was just a ranged DPS spot, correct? I think that was in line C. Oh. Oh shoot. That's what oh crud.
What happened?
I almost just drew it up as. Did someone delete my post? Wait, where did I put it? Uh-oh. Wait, what happened? Did I post it in a weird spot?
Should be in recruiting, I guess. Somebody might have.
Recruiting is my. I don't know. My recruiting post got deleted.
I guess so. Weird.
Also, the thing is, I almost put it up as a public party. That's why.
Did you want me to pop in?
Yo, Saren.
Saren?
Saren.
No, definitely not. Who's that?
Oh my god, is that Dad? Did you bring back the milk?
Yeah, I have oat milk.
Oh, hell
Saren, did you
yeah.
want to come in?
Sure.
It's a
What do
ranged
you need?
DPS spot.
Yeah, that's fine. What do you need?
A range.
Just a ranged DPS.
Is it the same as the last pass?
Yeah, it was, but it disappeared, so I don't know if
It
I
is
don't
not
know if you
there
saw it or
anymore.
not. Yeah. I don't know who deleted it, but just go here.
Could have been bought too.
Then once Saren gets in, we can probably try to queue in, so then we can start the explanations for slimes and golems. But if you need fragments, please let us know. I'm gonna do another ready check. If you have your items, please say yes. If you don't, say no, and let us know what you need before we go in. Otherwise, if you are in anything other than a pier, you are probably gonna be left on the floor. All right.
Please say something now or forever hold your peace.
Peace.
Okay.
I know you have batteries for Queen, and
We could use one for Queen's Guard if you are
yeah,
wanting
it's
to
like,
do
you
that.
want me to bring bat?
Yeah.
That would be
Yes,
helpful, yeah.
please.
It'd help Percy quite a bit.
Thanks,
Would appreciate it.
Dad.
Okay, let me just let me just go look up what that.
It's 1 excellence, 4 Banner of Honored Sacrifice, 2 mimics, and Re-Raiser, and some light curtains.
Thanks, Dad.
Alright, so when the gate drops down, basically go to the do not touch the glowing pads. You're gonna go to the box in the front. You're going to pop everything that you need real quick, which should be your 2 actions and also the Re-Raiser and Pure. And then you're gonna put in the holster that you're going to be using for the whole raid. And then once you have gotten all of that, you are free to go to the number lettered way marker that you are the alliance of. So A, B, C, D should be self-explanatory. 3 is E, and then 4 is F. Please double check your parties to make sure that everyone in your party has a Re-Raiser on and a Pure on. Now Teru, do you have a? Oh yeah, you do. I'm sorry. I got moved by the dancer symbol for me. Okay. Give me a heart attack. No, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to.
I'm blind. Where the fuck is Starvish in this box?
Beneficial.
Thank you. Got it.
Yeah, you're welcome.
It looks like everyone has an essence. Everyone has re-raisers, I do believe, as well. And there's a couple that are missing, but hopefully they get that on.
So
There's
be
only
sure
one,
to
actually.
make sure in your holster you do have things in there as well for your whole instance, because if you drop down without anything in your Lost Find holster, you are probably I don't know what else to say in this case. However, once everyone has kind of left the box, you can do a ready check on your parties. Let me know if your alliance is all good and ready. So Alliance A is good. B's good. B's ready. Looking for confirmation on C, D, E, F. Ready. Oh no. Looking for confirmation from C, E, F.
What fucking group? What group did I jump into? I'm sorry. Okay, over here.
He is good aside from Saren.
I
Oh no.
look. My brain is mush. Running 3 weddings this weekend.
Oh,
was
you too, Dad? Except minus the wedding.
I think the only one we're looking for is E. E. Okay, ready. Alright. So, overall, A, B, and C, you guys are with me on slimes. It looks like... Is that Saren disconnecting?
Don't worry about that. It's me tabbed out.
Oh, okay, I see. Alright, and D, E, and F, you guys are going to be in golems. Basically, A, B, and C, all you're going to do is go forward, down the stairs, and you're going to be taking the portal on the west side, or on the left. For D, E, and F, you guys are going to go to the right side, which is the east side. And you will be being taken care of by Graphing Calculator and also Percy. But, yes,
I'm
so...
forcing Graph.
Yeah, you might as well just say Graph. It's not even Percy anymore. She's just forcing me. She's just... What the heck?
You can mimic people outside of your party, correct? Yes, you can. That's why we have 3 physical batteries. So, for the raid. So if you guys are all good in your parties, you guys can go touch the bright portal into your respective spots.
Once again, if you're in D, E, or F on the right side here, go ahead and drop on down into the Golem's voice chat. That's where we'll be taking care of calls and explanations. Thank you.
If you're hearing my voice, you are in Slime Side. Hello, welcome. This is basically the first barrier to the fight. Let me yell at Graph real quick. So the most part, I'm gonna need everyone to step away to the side, unless you actually know what you're doing at this current moment. So it looks like, so A and B needs a melee DPS. Any melee DPS can do it. Both will have 2 different things to do. Okay. And then I'm going to need 1 tank. Oh, Oh,
I just wanted to ask, do those markers work for you, or do you want different ones?
they work. I kind of just work with whatever I'm given.
Okay, cool. I will just go back down then. I just want to make
Alright.
sure.
Bye. Alright, so I will need 4 tanks. If you are a tank that knows what they're doing, you are free to pick up one of these spots real quick. So I will need 4 tanks, 1 for each number. Alright. We have Izumi. I have Altera. I need 2 more tanks. We have Demo, and I can take care of 2. Does every tank in these numbers know what they are doing? If you do not know what you are doing, you can do a bit of a jump so then I can make sure that I can give you the information that you need. Alright, so it looks like Demo, Altera, Izumi, are you new or have you done this before as well? Alright. I've done this before. Okay, so Altera and Demo. What I'm going to be doing in this situation, is that we are basically going to be gathering up the green slimes from the middle hallway. There will be a trap over there. It looks like Tosha already took care of percepting traps. I'll talk about that later. But this is pretty much like a dance. What we are going to be do is that I'm going to be cycling through saying tank 1 grab Dree, tank 2 grab Dree, tank 3 grab Dree, tank 4 grab Dree, and basically that's what we'll be doing. We'll just be getting out of our rooms, get the amount of green slimes that we need from the middle of the hallway, and then bring it, just like get aggro on them, and then immediately start running back to your room and having them on the green pad in the middle of your rooms. With that, pretty much the reason why we don't want you to spend too much time in the middle of the hallway, or anyone in the middle of the hallway, is because once they start being aggro, there's a chance that they are going to start casting Fuse. We do not want them to start fusing in the middle of the hallway, because that will have them all fuse all together, and basically that will become very disastrous and very chaotic. I have disconnected. Alright, so, when the, pretty much it's going to be tank 1 grab Dree, tank 2 grab Dree, tank 3 grab Dree, tank 4 grab Dree. You're going to take them, immediately take them all the way to the pad, let them sit on your green pad, let them fuse, they'll become a bigger green slime. With that bigger green slime, afterwards we're going to be grabbing 2 from the hallway. So make sure you only aggro 2 and you're only taking 2 from the hallway. If you take 3 from the hallway, they will immediately start casting Rupture, which Rupture is something we want to do in an organized fashion. As we do, so basically you're going to fuse 3 and then you're going to fuse 2 into your big slime. Later on, I'm going to need at least one healer per room. If people can organize that while I'm getting back in. Alright. So it looks like we have Velia there. I'll need 1 for room 2. Okay. So basically, when we have fused all 5 slimes on our pad, we do have a healer that is going to grab 1 slime. 1 slime, with that 1 slime, you are going to be kind of getting into a corner of the room that is closer towards the doorway, but also not towards where the green slimes are spawning in the middle of the hallway. Yep, do a wiggle check real quick. You can get kicked. And then basically I'm going to call on all of the tanks to target their healer slime. Healer slime, you are all of the room tanks with the big green slime on them. We're going to look at the healer slime. We're going to call for provoke in 3, 2, 1, provoke. You're going to cast provoke on that slime, let it slowly go through the green slime, and you are essentially going to let them fuse together. After they fuse, because it has fused with 6 slimes all together, it's actually going to cast rupture. You have to make sure it is rupturing right on top of that green pad. If it's off of the green pad, it's not going to work very well. Once that happens, pretty much everyone in the room is going to start heading out all the way to this little fancy corner here, and we're just gonna huddle up so then we don't get hit by all of the rupture. Okay. So everyone else that is currently not in a room, can you disperse yourselves amongst these 4 rooms? I will need at least 3 DPS. Well, 3 DPS, mostly 3 people, in each one to be considered DPS. It doesn't matter if you are tank or healer, you are considered a DPS if you weren't the first 2 people in these rooms. Alright, so everyone else, you guys are considered DPS. It doesn't matter if you are a tank, healer, or an actual DPS, you guys are DPS. I say please do not use do not use AoE abilities, because the walls are paper thin, you can aggro a lot more things than you want. Your main thing is that you want to be focusing very heavily on the red slimes. With the red slimes are essentially things that we do not want fusing with any other thing. Red slimes can fuse with red slimes can fuse with the big green slime, red slimes can fuse with other small green slimes. What you're gonna do is you're going to take the first person that hits it is going to get tethered. It's immediately going to aggro onto that. You guys are going to go to a far corner away from both the healer's corner and the big green slime in the middle. These red slimes do spawn in the middle of the rooms. So basically, as soon as they start coming down, you can hear it as like a little bit of a splotch noise. Essentially, you need to hit it as soon as possible and take it to that far corner and kill it immediately. It is kill on sight. Just be in your timeout corner, kill that as soon as possible. Even if you are not the one tethered, you need to help out killing those red slimes, because they need to die immediately, if possible. And that whole thing where I said about the rupture thing, that also applies to you, where you would have to run out the north door and go into that corner once the big green slime in the middle of the pad is casting rupture. Additional thing for tanks, please do not use heals on yourself. With the tank stance on, you will actually attract these skeletons, which I did not go over just yet. These skeletons is going to be in the north and south room. North and south rooms. North and south hallway. So that is what Edward and Kira is going to be taking care of. They're going to be attacking that, killing those as soon as possible. If they cast an AoE, they're going to essentially, you guys can use a stun on them so that they don't start throwing slimes everywhere. And the reason why we don't want those skeletons in the rooms is because those skeletons will actually smack those slimes everywhere, and it'll be very chaotic. Because I didn't go over traps too much, because I have Tosho as my preceptor, Tosho did say that it was southwest, I think. So there. Okay, southeast and north. So basically room 2 and either room 3 or 4. So there are always 3 traps in these instances. There's always going to be one in the middle of the hallway. So basically room 3 and 4, do not go into your rooms just yet. Make sure Tosho is going to go percept that trap in the middle. And essentially, and pretty much you just don't want to pop that. You just want to have that appear and immediately start going into your rooms as soon as possible because you don't want to be in the hallway for too long. As for room 2, we know that there's a trap. The traps are always going to be east and west of the green pad. So if you do not know if there is a trap in your room, or you kind of know there's a trap in your room, but it hasn't been percepted yet, just follow the wall. And please be careful, please be careful, please be careful. Does anyone have any questions at this time? Also, tanks, make sure you don't heal yourself. Let the healers take care of you. You can pop mitts, though. So just one, so I grab one green slime and you'll provoke it. Yes, so you are going to just aggro one green slime. You can just use like I think it's I don't know what class you are, but essentially like you can use glare and then basically you just take it to the corner. If you see the image on the in DRS Learning 1, you can see there's like a green box. You can just sit there with it. But I would say like you try not to be the first person to hit red slimes if you're going to help out with red slimes. If you need to, it's just... Is it like Storm's Path cause problem with healing on it? Maybe. I would say just be careful about using it because you're not really trying to kill the green slime. You're just trying to just chill with the green slime. Okay. I am a little bit scared about this, so essentially, is it possible if any other tanks be willing to do room 2?
This is Morel. I can do room 2.
Okay. I would appreciate it because I keep disconnecting, and if a green slime just gets not aggroed or runs off to the abyss, I think it's gonna be kind of scary.
Gotcha. I was in room 4.
Oh, were you the room 4 tank, or?
I was not the room 4 tank. I was a fake.
Oh, you were a
room
DPS.
4.
Okay. Okay. I'm gonna log back in and ask if you guys have any questions because I'm probably not gonna see the chat from before. All right. When people boom? I don't know what you mean. Alright. Face percept. Oh. So room 2 tank, just be careful about the trap. Just follow the wall as needed until it gets percepted. 3 and 4 people, you can, as soon as the middle trap gets percepted, you're free to start moving over. And remember, we're killing the red slimes. Try not to do anything with the green slimes unless you are the room tank and room healer. Other than that, we're pretty much okay as far as I can tell. For the red slimes, is there a best corner to pull it to? Yes, it's in the image on DRS Learning 1. It's the red boxes in there. Double checking, tank only grabs 2 slimes at a time. No, tank grabs 3 at the first rotation, then you grab 2 afterwards. So I always say tank 1 grab 3, tank 2 grab 3, tank 3 grab 3, tank 4 grab 3, then afterwards tank 1 grab 2, tank 2 and 3 grab 2, try not to fight, tank 4 grab 2, and then basically so on and so forth. And then healers grab 1. And for a class one called, yes. So, I'm assuming everyone is okay with this, and I'm going to say slimes are ready. Did they call golems is ready while I was disconnected? Because I'm...
Yes.
Okay. So, I'm going to start the countdown. Perceptor can open the door at 2. So, I'm going to... Alright, middle hallway has been found. Tank 1, go grab your Dree. Tank rooms 2, 3, and 4, please go to your rooms. Tank 2, go grab your Dree. All traps have been found. Tank 3, go grab your Dree. Tank 4, get ready. Take those red slimes away from the pad. Tank 4, grab your Dree when they all come down. Tank 1, get ready to grab 2. Alright. Tank 1, go grab your 2. Tank 2 and Tank 3, get ready. Tank 2 and Dree, go grab your 2. Healer 1, grab your 1. Healers 2, Dree, and 4, you can also grab your 1. Don't fight too much about it. Room 4 tank, you need to have that on the green pad. Oh shoot, I didn't call for you to grab 2, did I? Let me double check. Alright.
I died.
You're gonna grab your 2.
I re-raised.
Oh. No, just grab 1. No, Terra? Okay, well. I'll just sit there with it. Is healer 1 and healer... Did healers all get their green slime and is sitting with it right now? Okay. Healer Dree ready. Healer 2, 1, 4, and 2. Okay. So, room tanks, go look at your healer slime. You're going to be provoking in Dree 2, 1. Provoke now. Let it go Drew the slime.
I died.
Oh,
I'm sorry.
is this...
I was in room 2. I died while the clot was not on the pad.
Alright, everyone out, everyone out. We're gonna try to save this real quick. It might be too late though. Yeah, it's way too late. Okay. Yeah, that's why.
Yeah, it's
okay.
way too late.
So everyone come gather around the exploding trap. What were you dying to?
I'm sorry, I don't think I was getting any heals.
Oh, you weren't getting heals?
That's correct.
Who is the room 2 healer? Since healers, you have to make sure that your tank is getting healed. You couldn't see him. You should just be focusing mainly on the tank in your room anyways. It doesn't matter if they are not in the same alliance as you.
If you're still
It's all
alive,
good.
please come to this
It's-
other bomb.
we are going to have to re-instance because slimes have failed. Every time we wipe, we have to re-instance. So that means you will have to have another pier in your holster to pop. Please die as soon as possible so then we can get out. Okay, so we're all going to be leaving. So if you do not have a pier, please double check. Make sure you have the items that you need so then you can... Ready? No worries. I'm gonna do a quick ready check. Make sure everyone has been prepared because we're gonna go back to the box. We're gonna pop our Revaser, we're gonna pop our pier, and then basically we're going to just... simply try that again.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I should have been paying more attention.
It's okay, it's okay. Slimes is the harder alliance for this group, so... or of the raid, so... Tora May... how many do you have? I think you need to come to the, come over towards graphing calculator. Oh, shoot. Oh, I see. To be fair, I did mess up the calls a little bit, but yeah.
I need a woman with a wolf cut to beat me to death. No, you don't. You need healthcare and universal basic income. That's what, don't get distracted, okay?
Everything's okay. Okay.
Did you just want to swap with me, Lux, or did you want to swap somebody else?
Yeah.
Are you doing a tank thing over there or no?
I'm not doing a tank thing because I disconnected so
Okay.
much that I just put someone
You don't.
else
Yeah,
there.
that's. I assumed that. Yeah, if you want to just swap with me, I can call Slimes. It's fine.
Okay.
You already went over
So-
like all explanations and stuff, right?
Yes. I think the main thing is just we went because a tank wasn't getting healed in one of the rooms, but
Okay. I mean, if you aren't disconnecting during calls, then you could just stay over here and call. I just don't know if you want to risk the disconnect during during the thing. It's up to you.
it
Pop your
looks like
Crescents,
someone's
pop your
disconnecting right
re-raisers, by the way. I'm gonna go down and tell them as well, but I think Percy's probably already got it.
Okay.
Yes. Yeah, Percy already got it. So yeah, just make sure once again, I don't know if Lux was already talking about all his way, but make sure you're popping your pure essence and re-raisers. Keep doing that. Good stuff there. Number one reason for people to forget their pure essence is because of re-instancing in after slimes and golems. So just make sure you're doing that.
Did you want me to jump down then, or?
Yeah, you can go to golems if you. I mean, if I'm taking over on slimes, then yeah.
Okay.
It's up to you. If you want to stay and do stuff, that's completely fine. I just don't know if you want to risk disconnect or not. It's whatever you
I
want
don't
to
want
do,
to
really.
risk that too much. All right.
Yeah. Okay. I don't know what party she was in, but I'll take over slimes just for now until Seeker. She'll be fine during Seeker, I'm sure. If you are ready, can we get some quick ready checks on ABC just to make sure we're all good to go? Just check your party real quick. Make sure everyone in your party has popped a pure essence. I'm even just gonna use plugins really quick. Okay, cool. We have everyone using essences. We're good now. I think we're good then. If you are 100% sure you're ready, you've used an essence, you've used a re-raiser, you've double checked that your Lost Finds cache is good to go. You have your holster fully refilled to 99 out of 99 after you've used your essence and re-raiser. Go ahead and drop on down to slimes. Just double check to make sure that you have everything you need. This is once again the number one reason why people forget stuff is because of reinstancing. So just go ahead and drop on down once you are good. And people just stand on the markers real quick so that I can make sure so I know where everything is. Also, can tanks who were assigned, can they just mark themselves with their number? Like I assume you're 4. And you're probably 1 if I had to guess. Okay. Hopefully Lux already explained everything. I guess healers. Make sure you're also looking at assigned healers. I assume Lux talked about healers grabbing the last one. Make sure you're also looking at your tank to make sure that they're full health, because the slimes, every single time the slimes get fused together, they get a damage up. The tanks take more and more damage the more slimes they have. So just that. Also, yeah, go ahead and get some ready checks in chat. Okay, it looks like we have B already ready. My party is different, so I can't really see any other parties. I just need A, B, and C. Also, I'm just gonna no, she probably didn't even use them, so that's fine. Also, yeah, we do need trap. It looks like Tosho is already on it. I was waiting on C, I think.
I'm ready. That's just me. I was at the
Okay.
boss.
Cool. Looks like traps are southeast, mid, and north. So they are in the room 2, middle, and north. Be careful walking to your rooms. I don't know what room Lux was in. I'm just probably gonna go to 1 if I had to guess. I don't really know. It's
I think they were in 4.
room 4. Okay, I'll go to 4 then. Okay, grabbing the middle trap ASAP. There they are. Tank 1, grab your 3. Tank 2, get ready to grab the next 3. Red slimes are out. Grab those. There they are. Tank 2, grab those 3. Tank 3 can get ready to grab the next ones. And tank 4 after that. Make sure we're still grabbing red slimes. There's the tank 4's 3 slimes. Perfect. Tank 1 can get ready to grab the next 2. You know, red slimes have dropped down again. Make sure we're grabbing those. Tank 2, get ready to grab your 2. There they are. Tank 3, you can also grab 2. Don't fight over them with tank 2 though. And tank 4 can get ready to grab 2. There they are. And all healers can grab 1 now. Be careful about room 4 though. Okay, I think we're fine. I'm gonna wait for room 4's slime to turn big. Once that has happened, then we'll do the whole tanks provoke thing. Tank 3, drag your slime onto your pad. Provoke it if possible. Okay. I don't know why it happened. Okay, tank 4 now has a big slime. Make sure all tanks, you have your slime on your pad. Target your healer slime now. And in 3, 2, 1, provoke. Grab that slime, drag both of them through the drag the small slime through the big slime's hitbox. Make sure both are centered on the pad. And once we see all of them are fusing up, it looks like I see all of them doing so right now. We're just gonna wait for them all to turn big and then pop sprint and run north. Looks like we are all good there. Yep. Oh, that was bad. That guy did not re-raise, so we're gonna have to everyone pop sprint, go north, go to the corner. Healers stay behind. We do need to raise somebody. Slash everyone to the corner. Everyone to the corner. Do believe, yep, that's a clear. Healers stay behind, please. Healers stay behind. We do need to res somebody that took an explosion trap by accident. Like we have 1 healer on it already. Try not to waste too many arises by multiple healers getting them. Just
Nothing bad has happened.
we just had 1 person run into an explosion by accident, so we're just getting them res, and then we'll be up there at Seeker.
Nothing bad happened with Red Golem.
You say
Hey,
that's
reminder,
suspicious.
personal loot at the bottom of the stairs. We cannot pick them up for you. Yeah, Golem's big chilling.
This is a good showcase also to all the maybe new healers on this side. The Lost to Rise is only a 15% chance while you have Divine equipped. So this might take a couple more than just a single plate to get them. Hey, there we go.
That was like 4 plates.
Yeah, it's a very low chance.
You're supposed to get one and a half people every plate. No, every 2 plates, but that just doesn't work.
Yup. It is very low chance. All right, I'm done taking over Lux's run now. It's all on Lux.
Hi. Okay, so overall, welcome to Seeker. We're gonna go over actions a little bit. Pretty much the main ones that we're gonna go over is that just know that lost actions are there to help you. They will multiply your damage by a lot. So please do. I believe it's just line up with your 2 minutes if it is possible. You can use both of them at the same time. So basically, that's why it multiplies a lot faster. Overall, because of that multiplication, you do not. This is why we call for healers to LB rather than DPS or tanks. Well, sometimes tanks might do it, but for the most part, DPS, you are never to touch that LB button. Healers, if you do not have LB button on your bar, I would suggest you put it on there because as Graf apparently has said that you will probably have seen on Slime side if how much arises can be taken for just one person. LB is the only surefire way of getting your whole party up and not having to deal with RNG for the most part. So LBGs, whenever that is called, that is only for healers. DPS, do not touch that. Other actions that are very important is that casters, you guys are in charge of Cure 4s. Cure 4s mean that you are healing a lot more than your healers. It's like a party-wide benediction, as I have been told. So for the most part, healers, you do not have to heal too much unless you see that your Cure 4 has died. Yeah, if you use it, you can see how much of a heal it is, and pretty much it also provides lost bravery. So I would say that you can use it whenever there's a raid wide. You can use it like say a lot of damage has been dished out to your party. Just use your Cure 4. It will your lost bravery is about to go out. Use your Cure 4. You'll have fun with it. So yeah, you are potentially your party's healer. Healers, most of your actions are going to be very utility based and based on the bosses, so we will go through them as we go through the bosses that you need them for. But as you can tell, you are mainly Arise bots, and you are also for very certain actions for later. Other than that, we have dervishes. That is the physical range. If you have a physical range, if you have 2 physical ranges in your party, figure out who is doing Dervish 1 and who is doing Dervish 2. It is basically a party-wide buff that you can use every 2 minutes, or you can alternate between who is doing it at that time. Rens, I'm assuming you know what you're doing. Just remember that Rens actually throw you at the boss or whatever you're targeted at. So try not to get hit by mechanics using that. As for re-raisers, because normal rises do not work in this instance. If you do die, remember to repop a re-raiser. If you die in the death wall, just calmly try to walk back in. Don't use anything that will remove your transcendence. So if you're panicking, please don't pop sprint. You will just immediately die again. Also, I didn't say this before, but for LBGs, re-raisers, arises, you forcibly get, like, you basically get forced up. So please do not AFK at any point in the fight, because if you do get raised up, like say you died, you're like, oh, I have time to go get a drink, you get raised up, you're forced up, you do not get any prompt saying, do you want to be raised? You just get forced up, you have to start moving. Otherwise, you have wasted their healer's utility, and that's very important stuff that we need to make sure everyone gets to the end of the fight. I think that's it for actions. That's it for actions. For Seeker, this is the first important boss. This is where we get our first OBG potential. Trinity Seeker is exactly like Nora mode, just faster and not telegraphed. So we will do our best to call out where you are going to be safe. So most of the time he'll do a raid wide, he'll do fourfold mercy. Fourfold mercy, I will be using the markers as where the safe spot is. But however, when I say markers, I do not want you to be directly on the marker itself. You should be within its hitbox, so then you can have easy movement on where you need to be going to. So basically say it's a crossover, 1, 3, 2, 4. I don't want you to be at those markers because otherwise you're going to take a while to get to the other side. It's very fast. You want to be in his hitbox, just slightly towards it. Wiggle check as well. There's a time where he might go to a side, so if he is on the east side, which is with this 3, 2, and B marker, and there is a corner that does not have anything, I can always call it out as 3, 2, B blank, or I can call it in, out, depending on, saying blank and B is the first hit, I can say in for 2, out for 2. Same with the middle part where I can say east for 2 or west for 2, which when I say 1, 2 in that situation, that doesn't mean 1, 2 the markers, that just means 1, 2 the amount of hits that he did and then crossover. Iron Splitters, you know about them. Earth Shakers, you have seen them. Earth Shakers, essentially, remember you have to point, everyone else is going to be at the boss, attacking the boss. Do a wiggle check as well if you need to. You're going to be, all the party is going to be at the boss. If you get an Earth Shaker above your head, you'll hear it, you'll see a tether to you. Immediately run around the ring away from the party because you do not want to hit the party with it. You do not get uptime, just disengage. Because there has been times where parties, because if you get hit by it twice, basically you just kill the party. So don't hit your friends, don't hit the whole grade, all that fun stuff.
But I let you hit me, Lux. I mean, what?
What? That's abuse.
Aw,
What the
what
hell? Huh?
Huh?
What the heck? Police? Huh? The only other thing I wanted to go over is Seasons of Mercy, because apparently a lot of people get killed by that. You're always going to be looking away from the orb at one area, and then basically there is a rose in one of the other corners. So basically I will always call out, look away from Dree, and then maybe get past Dree, which means just be past the Dree marker. Just don't panic. Try not to get stunned by the orb. Get away from the Lotus if you can. If you're ready, you can be at the C marker, or be behind the C marker. If you have any questions, feel free to ask now. It sounds like there are 2 people with Flare Star. I think the main person... Shoot, that's not what I want to do. The main person that should be having the Flare Star, which I did not pin, is... Mentea should have it. I didn't take it, we figured it out. Okay. But basically only one Flare Star can be applied to the boss at a time, so basically whoever has it, I'm not 100% sure who it is, but...
the black
yes.
mage in my party, Aqua.
Oh. Aqua, do you have any other actions that you can put over that?
They're saying they won't touch it, so we should be
Okay.
fine.
So, overall, remember your lost actions. Remember your haste gear if you have them. There's a food check as well if you would like, because food actually does help. You can use your old pots. They all will help. And overall, no one should have tank stance on except for Cedri, who has the not 1 marker. Alright. So overall, let's have some fun. Let's do our best. Check your tank stances. Make sure you don't have them on unless you are Sedri. And I will be doing the best to call out if I do end up exploding. Essentially, Graph will probably pick it up.
Yeah, I will try my best.
So yeah, Sedri, you are good to do a countdown whenever. Oh, it's been early pulled.
That's fine.
Raid wide. And then we're gonna be going into full for Mercy. We'll be starting at 1. So in its hitbox, we're gonna be north for 2, south for 2. So be between 1 and 2 for 2. Do not be at the markers, be very close to the boss. So north for 2, south for 2. It'll be 1, 2, crossover. And we're gonna be looking away from 1. Look away from 1. Get past 4. Get past the 4 marker. Everyone in front of or behind the boss or in its hitbox, if you don't know where it is, it's kind of facing a weird way. You can also get away from the main tank. Get away from the main tank at this time. Main tank is going to be using an invuln. Everyone stay away from the main tank. It is a fake buster. Fake solo, whatever. You're going to stack in close for the chains. You can break them when you see them. And then we are going to be hiding behind any barrier. Hide behind any barrier. Hide behind any barrier. Everyone can get back into the boss. You need to stack in close because there are going to be Ifrit dashes. We're starting at the barricade at 4. Starting at the barricade at 4. We are going to be moving over to the Dree later. We're going to be hiding behind the Dree barricade. Hide behind Dree barricade. Hide behind Dree barricade. Everyone back to the boss. Okay, be aimed towards the Dree marker. Everyone towards the Dree marker. Everyone towards the Dree marker. Everyone towards the Dree marker. Everyone. And then we're going to be baiting. We're going to be doing easily baitable lines. Engage your eyeball technology once those lines come out. And then we'll have iron splitters, I believe. We are on Brick Blue Stone! Brick Blue Stone! Everyone on Brick Blue Stone. Next is going to be... Oh, nope. We're going to be Intercardinals of the boss. Everyone, Intercardinals of the boss. Intercardinals of the boss. Everyone, Intercardinals. We pushed it.
Should be Ifrit dashes coming up soon.
Okay, so everyone stack in back close. You're going west. Be west. Follow the dashes a bit. It'll be 4, 3. So it'll be south for 2, then north for 2. Let the dashes go first, then south for 2, then north for 2. Be between 3 and 4 for 2. 3 and 4 for 2. 1, 2. Crossover. Look away from 1. Look away from 1. Get past 2. Get past 2. Everyone past 2. Stacking close for chains, breaking when you see them. Raid wide. And then there's going to be a tank buster. Everyone get away from the main tank if possible. He is the ignore one. They are the ignore one. This is gonna be... Alright, we're going to be between 1 and 2 for 2. And 3 and 4 for 2. We are going to be starting on yellow sand and then end on brick blue stone afterwards. Start on yellow sand, start on brick blue stone afterwards. 2, cross over, brick blue stone. And then stay on brick blue stone. Stay on brick blue stone. Seasons of Mercy coming out. We are looking away from 2. Look away from 2. Get past 2. And then dodge the lines as needed. Raid wide.
Inside the boss's hitbox.
Inside the boss's hitbox. I think
Inside the box. Sorry.
probably don't need to hold.
No.
Yeah, I think we're fine.
Okay.
Just in case, just get ready. We're good.
We could have held for that mechanic and gotten some free reses, but there aren't that.
There
many
are
people
traps
dead.
ahead. Please be careful. We're gonna get some people up real quick. Percy's going to be percepting the traps for us. If you see that glowing pad, ignore that glowing pad and go over to Dahu.
Also, make sure you grab the chest at the north of the Seeker Arena.
Everyone ignore the glowing pad. And be sure to grab your chest if you need it, because I never remember.
Yeah, I don't either. That's why I said it.
I just leave them.
So if you are in Percy's group, Percy should be setting up to take on the duel. If you are at the Dahu arena, please be behind the purple line. We do not see Dahu. We do not perceive Dahu for now. Dahu? So true. We do not know this timer. Ignore the timer. People at Dahu, ignore the timer. Thou what and thou why? I hate it here.
So true.
Alright, so intruders get out, get out. That means the duel has started. Everyone get past the purple line. Participate in this one, use your actions, and you're ready to go, main tank. No timer.
No countdown. We just go.
So all this is you are dodging. Oh. You are dodging all the orange. All the bad stuff on the ground. That's it. He's going to be dashing either north or south. I think he's going to be dashing north. He is dashing north. Get out of his way. He's going to be ending up south. Please do not chase after him. Get over to south-ish. Don't get crispy. Afterwards, Maintain's going to take it back center. It's going to be a lot of things. There's Ligers. If you get a dot above your head, you're going to go on top of a Liger, kill one, so we have a safe spot for the next mechanic. Spit Flames is out. Dots are coming out. Don't stack on your friends. Don't just kill a Liger. Any Liger's okay for this one. going to be dashing again. There's going to be a... Remember to dodge into that shockwave. Dodge in. Or dodge out. And get knocked back into any safe spot. Get knocked back into any safe spot. You can Gamer Dash if you like. Fire Breath 5 times. The second spot will be safe, so not there, but there. That's the safe spot for caster uptime. Alright. Wiggle around so that those ads come on over, and we are going to be AoEing down all of the ads. Make sure that the main tank is sufficiently healed. And we can kill it. I'm assuming no one is down, no one's disconnected. Once you take the glowing pad, you cannot come back to get Seeker. So make sure you have both personal spoils if you need them. The duelist has 1. Yay! Yay, Percy! So we'll be definitely be getting... If we get past Queen's Guard, we'll see what Percy has given us. Percy dead on the ground. Do I have setup markers? Probably don't. Nope. Wait, maybe I do. I do. Okay, so I'll need a healer in... Well, ideally healers in every one of the spots. It's okay if D doesn't have anything. We can all... Because D is going to be something different. I'm not going to go over specifically what you guys are doing just yet. I'm assuming most of you can if you are new to reflecting or doing any of... Or you don't know what those markers are for, can you jump real quick? If you don't know what's going on. Okay, cool. Alright. Just pay attention to where those markers are for now. For the most part, okay. So overall, the main thing about this fight is that it is taken into 4 different sections. First section, we have all 4 of them right in front of us. We can see them right now. That's the first phase. First phase, basically, all we're gonna do is have all the tanks get turn on their tank stance. We're gonna do them into a cuddle puddle, and AoE them down. If we don't AoE them down or they don't jump away in time, they are essentially going to do double AoEs on all of us. The reason why we have all of the tanks put on their tank stances and deal with that is mainly for the fact that that the duelist, aka Percy, is going to be doing a lot of damage. So we just don't want that aggro to be on Percy very much. Once all 4 of them have disappeared, we are going to go into phase 2. Phase 2 is with the Knight and Warrior. I have Cedri there, and does anyone want to be the co-tank for Cedri? Because I will need a co-tank for that. Oh, is this Azumi? Izumi, is that you volunteering? Okay. Alright, so, you two can talk amongst yourselves, figure out who's taking wall, who's taking, or which boss you both are taking. and I'm going to continue on the thing. Izumi, you have done this before, correct? I feel like I recognize your name a little bit more now that I look at the Discord. Okay, yes. And Cedric, you have done this before. You said you did this before. Okay, Cedric will take walls. So basically, for us here, Warrior's going to be sent to the east side, and then Knight is going to be in the middle. There's two different types of mechanics that goes on around here. The first things, well, actually 3 of them, but it's a repeat. So the first things first is this is where Spellforge and Steel Sting comes in, because there's going to be a tether between both the Warrior and Gunner. Fudge. The Warrior and Knights. And they are either going to be yellow or purple. Whatever color that tether is, we are clicking that off, or using the or you do not want to have the same Spellforge or Steel Sting as that same color. So if it is yellow, you do not want Steel Sting on you, because that means that they are invulnerable to physical damage. You would want to apply Spellforge to everyone in your party if you are unsure who should be getting them. It is just safer to put Spellforge on all of your party members. So basically, if it's a purple tether, I will say click off yellow. Sorry. If it's a purple tether, I will say click off purple, apply yellow. If it's a yellow tether, I will say click off yellow, apply purple tether. Tether, whatever. You have... Okay. You have hybrids, which are Paladin, Dark Knight, Ninja, Reaper, and Red Mage. So those people will need to have Spellforge and Steel Sting just applied. You can only have one at a time, so basically you can just replace it by casting that onto them. Very next thing, we have bombs. Basically, the way to know bombs, if it's is that normal, we'll have normal mode. You can have the bombs can also have tethers. Actually, I don't remember how normal works, for example, but whatever. The best way to know is that it's either you have a tether or the bomb have a tether, then you are going to a small bomb. If you and the bomb both have tethers, you're going to a big bomb. If both of you do not have tethers, you're going to a big bomb. So it's all or nothing big bomb, or if you are different from the bombs, then you are small bomb. You do not see the tether go to any other player, so basically you don't have to worry about that. You can only see it when it's on you or when it's on the bombs. If you have done it correctly, you should go up with the correct bomb. If you fall down first, you are going to be immediately moving to a place a bomb has already exploded. Because the bombs that are still in the air are going to fall down with the people that are still in the air, and you don't want to get hit by that and having it fall on your head. But that's mainly it for bomb mechanics. There's times where it can be a knockback from the center. There are times where I will say be on the edge of the arena. I will be my best to call that out. After that, bomb mechanic, we have the next mechanic, which is green or lightning. Wind or lightning, green or purple. Basically, you have a tether, you're going to the green stuff on the ground. And if you did not get tethered, you're going to the purple stuff on the ground. There are overlaps, so you do want to make sure that you are only in one of the areas. And you want to be a little bit... And then afterwards... After that resolves, you go in, collapse on the knight. The knight is either casting sword or shield. By sword and shield, sword means get away from him afterwards. The reason why we collapse into it is because he'll have spikes around him that will do pretty much a cone across the arena. So you usually have to collapse into him. It's sword, you have to go out towards where there's no spike. If it's shield, you just be you be in his hitbox, you go slightly towards where there's no spike. Wiggle check real quick. And they'll just repeat, they'll do the opposite of what, or, well, the tether, they'll do the tether, it could be opposite, it could be the same, but then everything else is opposite, more than likely will kill by that point. Another thing for this is that for phase 2 and 3, you have to make sure both bosses die at the same time. So please do remember and be mindful of the HP percentages on both of them. You can quickly tab between the two as much as you can. As for Soldier and Gunner, so basically once we kill Knight and Warrior at the same time, Soldier and Gunner is going to come in, Soldier's going to go to the side, to the west, Gunner to the middle. The main thing you need to know about this one is the show hole mechanic. Show hole mechanic, if you know Mustadio, you want to show your hole to the danger. So basically, the first thing is Gunner is going to do an AoE. You show your hole to the Gunner in the middle. After he does his AoE, you show hole to the turrets on the wall, because there's going to be turrets facing specific areas. You have to be careful not to be in the overlap area. Yeah, show hole can be in front of you, behind you, to your right, to your left. It's completely dependent on what you see. But just do your soul hole mechanic. Afterwards will be Gunner turrets. Gunner turrets will essentially be main tanks will take aggro those, invuln those, and those are actually DPS priority. If we don't kill them in time, they all explode. It's really bad. And that's basically it for phase 2 and 3. Again, remember, because phase 3 had Soldier and Gunner, there's 2 people you want to kill at the same time, so we'll try our best to be mindful of the HP. Last but not least is going to be the 4th phase, which is what those markers were all for. People on the marker. The 3C4, 2A1, you can kind of see. Just remember where you are specifically at. I'm going to change the markers to the other side. If you see the diagram in DRS Learning 1, you can kind of see where you are going to be. You're going to be reflecting these white orbs here. And you should be able to reflect 2 of them at a time. Sorry, 2 of them at a time. You should be able to reflect them both with at least 1 light curtain. If you're worried about it, you can use more than 1 light curtain. But the diagram that we have there should give you a good idea of where those those orbs that you're going to reflect are going to be. Is also going to be blue orbs. Blue orbs are not your responsibility. For the blue orbs, I'm always going to call Slimes north, Golem south. If you're on Slime side, you're going to go north. If you were in Golems earlier, you're going to go south. You are going to focus down those aura spheres, because if those aura spheres do not die, Spike Check will essentially kill us all, or like it will be starting randomly attacking people with tank busters. A tank with an invuln should turn on their tank stance during that whole phase. Grab aggro on those aura spheres, and then invuln the Spike Check, which is the arrow on your head. So do your best, tanks, to prepare for that. Do any of the reflectors have any questions past that? And whoever was on the D marker, you can do Dispel, because there's actually a thing during the 2nd phase that is called Boost, and you can dispel that. If you can dispel that in time, it will be a lot more helpful. If not, we can always try to be a bit mindful of things. How do I curtain exactly? It's like an item. So you will open up your Lost Find holster, you will tap that. It actually takes like a GCD, I believe. So basically, make sure that it's not on cooldown when you use it. Yeah, you can use it on your hotbar as well. Quick question, not about reflecting though. Yes, Lucky Trinket, what is it? For everyone else, if you don't have any questions, you can sit at the C marker to let me know that you guys are good. If you still have a question, please let us know. Should we set up Spellforce and Steel Sting pre-pull or wait until Tether?
You should, like, if you're not sure which one you are doing, you should definitely ask your healer now, or your co-healer, like which one you want to do. But besides that, yes, there's gonna be a countdown. You should probably apply it to your party at the 30-second countdown. Sorry, I kind of just jumped in, but yeah.
No, it's okay. I didn't know the answer too much. So Zuna needs a bio break.
I guess to also just explain even further. Yeah, you might have to like apply it to more people whenever the tether goes out as well. So just be mindful and keep it slotted until after that phase is over, because you might have to like reapply it to certain people, or we might see later on in the phase that we'll see it again and we might have to reapply a different, like the opposite buff that we currently have. So just kind of be mindful and whatnot. Cleric stance / chain spell. Probably just a rise, yeah. Replace a rise. Especially if you have chain spell. Chain spell should last you basically the whole instance, like the full 20 charges. So if you have that slotted, you can just hold that onto that the whole instance, and then just use the other slot for if you need to like use support actions or whatever.
Izuna, are you back yet? Graph, can you also double check me on the bombs?
Yeah, like you want me to like help out with it if it's like call it or whatever, like if need be.
Yeah, if you can call it, it'd be great.
I'll be paying attention. I can also just call it if you really want me to, but yeah, I'll pay attention.
Yeah. Is anyone in Zuna's group? No, they're back or not?
They're not moving, so.
Oh, they're back. Okay. So, if you're already be on the C marker.
Saren, I assume you're gonna slot it in after you press Dervish, if I had to guess,
yep.
Right? Okay.
I will change the marker to triangle as soon as I have slotted it in.
Perfect.
It'll be around 20 seconds on the countdown.
Yeah, if you're doing mimic chaining, or need that excellence, Saren will have that ready and at the 22nd on the mark. So remember, main tanks, do your countdown to 30 seconds. Okay. So overall, tanks have your tank stances on.
You don't actually you don't fully have to pop it, but yeah, you probably should, especially since you have 2 healers in your party most likely. You can just apply it to whoever needs it right here at the start of the 30-second countdown. It's a bit different if you're a solo healer, but yeah.
Another heads up is that if the main tanks need that Spellforce or Steel Sting, they are first priority, even if they are not in your party. But, yeah. 30-second countdown can be done anytime now. Alright. AoE these down. Get them into a cuddle puddle. Double raid by going off now. Alright, if you are not a main tank for this fight, turn off your tank stances. Warrior to the side, knight to the middle. You're going to be clicking off purple, apply yellow, apply yellow. Click off purple, apply yellow. This is gonna be bombs. By the shield, we're gonna be knocked back from the middle of the arena. Okay, I'm disconnected. Graph.
Okay, it's fine, it's fine. We're getting knocked away from the middle of the arena. Tethers to big, no tethers small. Knocked away from the middle of the arena toward the like 3 and D-ish area. Once again, tethers to big, no tethers small. If you drop first, go to a bomb that has already exploded. Back on Knight and Warrior. Knight is a little higher, so we can get some more damage on that. Warrior has boosted. Please dispel that if we have it. Otherwise, mitts. Use some mitts here. Yeah. Cure 4 is Cure 4. Next up, if you get a tether, you're going to green puddle. If you don't have a tether, you're going to purple puddle. It'll come up a little bit later. Here it is. If you got a tether, you're going to the green puddle. No tether, purple puddle. We're going to collapse in on the knight after this. So once again, tethers to green, no tethers purple. Collapse in on the knight. It's sword. We're going to be getting away from the knight in a certain direction after collapsing in. Towards D. Get away from the knight towards D. Warrior is boosting. Dispel it if we have it. Otherwise, once again, party mitts, tanks, party mitts, reps, all that good stuff. Cure 4s, heal.
Tank busters, I'm back.
Warrior.
Okay, nice.
Warrior.
Yeah, more on Warrior, thank you.
Even them out.
We need purple. Click off yellow.
Knight.
Knight. Stop attacking Warrior. Stop attacking Warrior. I'm doing like no damage.
We should be fine. There you go.
Alright, they should
Okay,
be
we're
jumping
fine.
away. Alright. Soldier's going to the side, gunner in the middle. First thing is fire frogs. They're always going to be moving second. Our safe place is 2. 2 is our safe place. Open side to the gunner in the middle. Continue open side to gunner middle. And then to a turret on the wall. Back to the bosses. Tank busters. Double raid wide. Next is going to be gunner turrets. Main tanks will be taking aggro of those. Everyone else focus those gunner turrets down. Gun turrets are out. You have involved the sniper shot if needed. Oh. Alright, Gulf gun turrets are down. Double raid wide. Keep moving, keep moving. Casting does not count. Keep moving. Move those feet. Alright. Back to it.
They're dead. Slime's north, Golem south.
Yep, Slime's
Tanks,
north,
turn your
Golem's
stance
south.
on. Reflectors to your spots.
Invuln that bite check. Be careful of the honeycombs. Do not hit where the honeycombs are. That's a lot.
This will be. Oh, and also up there as well, minimally. Respect this. Stop attacking.
Reflectors
continue
back to your
attacking.
spots. Aura Spheres should be coming back soon. Aura Sphere is back.
And just kill.
Please mind the honeycombs. I don't know if there's LBGs. Oh.
I wasn't paying attention either. I don't ever pay attention to LB3 and Queensguard.
We were like a tick off of it, but I mean,
I
there's not
see.
that many people down, so.
Okay.
Yeah, it doesn't look it mattered.
I'm sorry to my party. We will never have LBG. I have no good gauge on how much LPG we're at. Alright.
I can keep an eye on it if you want.
I tend to keep an eye on it every other fight besides Queensguard. There's too much going on at the end. There's too much.
Yeah, I mean, Queensguard, it's tight, because it comes
Yeah,
up
especially that.
basically during the last one, so it's like either you slightly hold and then you burst down.
It also kind
or,
of depends on kill time on the previous two phases
does,
as well.
yeah.
Also, make sure you grab your 2 chests at the north of the Queensguard arena. I don't think anyone said that. Make sure you grab those. You can thank Percy for the 2nd chest. For the handy, even.
Thank Percy for the handy.
Hmm.
Mm.
What? It's because the plate is the hand coffer, right, guys? Mm-hmm. The hand coffer.
I just imagine grafting like, guys?
So very quickly, this fight doesn't really have much of an explanation. The most you need to know is that you ride the donut down. As you ride the donut down, let me start over. We are going to start at either A or D. I will tell you, but don't go to there yet because I know that one of my runs, everyone ran to A, and it was actually A's, but I don't know how they figured that out because nothing came up yet. But you are going to ride the donut down to these numbers, and then we will just tell you what number to go to. We count. But other than that, that's just mainly it. You just stay south for the most part. And use your actions in this fight so that we can get them down before ads start. If you're ready, be between 2 and 3 marker. It's just right there. If you need a break, we are going to take a 5-minute union break at the next boss, so please do participate in this one for now.
Also, make sure you're using actions here. It's a good idea. You're gonna overslot them and replace them at TA anyway, more than likely. So.
Alright. Looks like we're all good. Oh, tanks, because you were doing weird stuff with your tank stances, turn off your tank stance if you have it on right now, unless you are the main tank Cedri. Cedri, you are good for a countdown whenever. We don't know what that is.
So true. Anyone else feel the wind?
Oh, be careful of the pink stances. It should be on Sedri. We are going to A. Everyone to A. Everyone to A. Oh, I guess we're not getting uptime on that.
Oh, about you, but I am.
Unfortunate. Ride the donut down to the 1 marker. And do not hit the death ball at the end if you can help it. It is not delicious. Everyone to 2. Everyone to 2. Okay, everyone to 1. Everyone back to 1. We're gonna be staying here for Dree hits up the purple. One, 2, 3. Everyone to 2. Everyone back to 2. Again, we count. 1, 2, 3. Everyone back to 1. We
Nice,
skipped
no
ad
ads.
phase. There are traps ahead, so please be careful. Do not go ahead. There are we'll have a Perceptor because we need one of the traps.
Yeah. I had a feeling. I'm gonna just pop this.
Someone is AFK? What? Oh. When you go down the stairs, traps will last, so please be careful. If you don't see any traps, then you should wait for a moment.
That pink trap is in a very bad spot, so be very careful walking around it. Do not auto walk through this section. Be very, very careful. Oh.
I almost watched Percy kill me.
Okay. Sure. The pink trap is something. Somebody just asked what the pink trap does. You'll find out after TA.
Okay, so we are going to have our 5-minute unit break. So we return at about, I don't know, XX12. Have your union break. It's just lost, maybe. I have. I have put some diagrams for the Trinity Avowed in DRS Learning 1, so if you're not going to take your break, you can always go play around with that. We have 2 minutes before we get in, and I will start the explanations. I'll try to be very quick about it because we are pretty far into the time slot for the most part.
Flows take so long to get set up.
I also appreciate the physical batteries for being a lot more prepared than I am because I'll be honest, I forget.
Don't worry, we know what we're doing.
Speak for yourself, Graf.
Do I know what I'm
I had to fucking mentally calculate, like, wait, how do I bat, but also bring what I need as the only range to my party?
That's easy though. It's like it's even easier than I
bag
don't
spot
know.
though?
Yeah, I mean, I just dropped dervishes, but like, also I haven't done this in like a year.
I mean,
Whatever the last thing was.
you just replace dervish with the HSAC, right? Or you replace HSAC with the dervish instead. It's literally just the same. It's like the same bag as melee.
I appreciate the reunion that we're having between Tosho, Sarah, and Kira, and many other people. I think Azumi's also
now. Who
one.
are these people?
Wow.
I'm sure Dervish Fizz range bag does not have H-Sex in it.
What was that?
Pretty sure Answered bag does not have any H-Sex since they're Dervish.
Yeah, it should. I'm talking about like from melee. Most people excellence on melee, right? And from melee to dervish, or I guess P range, instead of using H-Sacks, you'd use dervishes. It's literally the exact same bag, but dervish instead of H-Sack.
Well, you see, Graf, at least on Queen, I have a single H-Sack that I'm gonna burn.
Huge.
Large.
That could have been a Dynamis dice turning you into a frog.
Oh, that would have been fun.
Yeah. Yeah, but like, I don't know, what if I was so unlucky that I got the 1% Doom on dice?
And I get bingo.
That would be funny.
Or
See, I wasn't aware that there was this bingo going on. No one told me.
There's a random seed bingo on GitHub.
Ah.
Sorry for interrupting, but we are at XX12. For the most part, you're probably back from your union break. If you have not moved from your spot since the union break, you should probably wiggle a little bit because you can get AFK kicked in 5 minutes. Hi, this is Trinity Avowed. Trinity Avowed is the most personal responsibility you'll ever have. AKA, we cannot call as many things as we'd like to. We cannot see what you have for temperatures for the most part, because if we try to explain and yell out what all the temperatures places are supposed to go, we will. Everyone's probably dead by that point. So for the most part, Trinity Avowed has 3 different things, 3 different weapons: our wonderful staff, our wonderful bow, our wonderful sword. I just see TA have a crit. Okay. Yep, so I hope you all studied up a little bit on TA. For the most part, we go through the cycle twice. So the first cycle, which is going through each of the weapon at least once, we end up going into... it is basically like normal. You just get a temperature, you just equalize that temperature. That's how you figure it out. The second set, you are going to have a temperature and you're going to have a brand. Instead of evening yourself out overall from just focusing on your temperature, what you want to do is you want to be opposite of your brand. Because the brand will resolve right after the mechanics have already gone off, and so it does the check right after the brands have done. Overall, with that, that is the main overall mechanic gimmick that Miss Trinity Avowed has. So it's always temperatures and brands. There's a lot of different mechanics with each other. Overall, we can only call as much as we can. The sword, the main thing is that scares most new people is swords, because swords, instead of having one of them, there are 4 of them. They are all in a square. More than likely, all of the shot callers will typically just tell you where the safe square is, and the way you resolve that mechanic is you have to be cardinal direction of that safe square. So if you say the safe square is 4, you would have to be cardinal direction of that 4. If you are intercardinal in any way, which would be like 2A, C, any of those are considered intercardinal of the 4 safe square, you are going to die. For the first set where it's only temperature, if you are panicking really hard because this is the first time you've ever seen it before, you can just sit in the safe square and see how others are resolving their mechanic. Which is typically there will be a cardinal of their safe square. That's not how you will resolve it when the second hint comes in. However, you can kind of have a good idea of how it's supposed to be. So if you're panicking, just be in the safe square. If you don't need to get hit by anything, be in the safe square. That is just swords. Next, that trips people up is the bow mechanic. Bow mechanic, dance a little bit as well. For the bow mechanic, pretty much, it is basically called the ladder game. The ladder game is, if it can turn, it will turn. You follow the arrow down the path it has to be. If you cannot do your rotation and do that at the same time, it is best for you to disengage the boss and focus on solving the mechanic, because you do not want to die. If you die, you lose more DPS than if you were alive and didn't DPS for that small amount of time. I like that I always forget about this a little bit. However, I'll just keep on with that, with the information dump, which is the second arrows is actually, or second bow is actually the most cursed one ever, because you'll get a temperature, you'll get a brand, you will get a forced march. A lot of this fight does have forced marches. Forced marches is dependent on where your character is facing. So if you are facing here, your forced march is going left, you will always march 2 squares. So you will end up over here after that. So always mind your forced march. If you don't need to get hit by anything, or if your temperature and brand gets equalized without you doing anything, essentially that only happens in bow 2. You just follow the nothing arrow. The nothing arrow is basically the empty square. You act like that's an arrow. Meteors is very scary to do LBGs because meteors cover every single part of the area. The first meteor is easy. You get a forced march, march 2 squares to the meteor that you need to be hit by to equalize yourself. Second type, you actually do have to move your feet to the square that you need to be in. There's only 1 safe square per quadrant, and we'll do our best to call it out. If it doesn't work, sorry. But usually there will be vets that are jumping in your quadrant, telling you which one is the safe one. And because I didn't go about it yet, this is actually the first fight that you need Aether Shield. So speak with your co-tank. If you have 2 tanks, which one of you is going to be focusing on Aether Shield? And always pay attention to your co-tank as well. If you have 2 tanks in there, if your Aether Shield is dead, or the other person was your main Aether Shield and they are dead, immediately put it on. You're going to be using your Aether Shield on every raid wide. C4s, again, every raid wide, it's probably a good idea you use your C4. Yeah, arises is a little bit scary if you don't have a temperature in general, so please be a little bit mindful of if temperatures are out, more than likely it might not be a good idea to LB3 or arise during certain times. Other than that, I don't think I'm missing anything else unless Graf or Percy have anything else to chime in about, or if anyone of the vets have anything to chime in about. Yes, you can drop Spellforge and Steel Sting now.
Yeah, you could have dropped it after the first like Knight and Warrior phase of Queen's Guard. You could have swapped to whatever you wanted to there.
What is the ding, Percy? Oh no.
Lux is so cool.
Oh no. Okay, if you're if you're ready, be on the C tile but not past the C marker, otherwise you risk pulling it. Oh no. Thanks for coming to Drun, guys. What the? Alright. So. If you have any questions, now is the time. Otherwise, the only person with a tank stance on should be Cedric. And I think we're good for a countdown. If you're if you're doing mimicking, Kira is the one that you are mimicking for excellence in Fountain Power. Good luck, have fun, and we're going. All tanks to the front, all tanks to the front, pop a little bit of mitt. Okay, I disconnected, great.
That's fine. Aether Shields, Addles, and Reprisals. Cure 4s, press your Cure 4. We're getting front, in front. It's sword. In front, in front, in front. You can pre-position behind and away if you're a caster or ranged, mainly behind. It's gonna be out and away after she stops spinning. Out and away now. And then lastly, it's going to be get behind her. She recentered herself, get behind her to the south. Everyone behind, everyone behind. Although it looks like the Lux is disconnected up front. It's fine. We're gonna have bow, sword, staff as our pattern. You got your force march, tanks to the front. Pop a little bit of mitt. Look at your force march. Look at the direction it's going to be marching you in. We're gonna march to either B or D. March to B, march to B. Healers, if you see anyone in your party go the wrong way and they re-raise, rescue them. You got your temperature, take a look at it and figure out what you need to get hit by. Arrows have just spawned. Good luck. I can't help you here. Figure it out.
If it can turn, it will turn.
Mm-hmm. Tanks, Aether Shield, Addle, Reprisal. Raid wide coming up. Leave it here on the wall. Don't pull it mid. It's fine. No, there's not going to be a tank buster. It's just face it to the middle. Face it to the middle. Okay, get in front on the ignore one. Just gives us a bigger safe spot. Get in front. She's going to move to the 2 and 3, and then she's going to go untargetable here in a little bit. First of all, you're getting your temperature, though. Take a look at it, figure out what you need to get hit by. Also, save 2 minutes. Okay, safe spot is 4. Safe spot is 4. Be cardinal of 4 to solve your temperature. Do not be on 2. If you are on 2, you are dead. Safe spot is 3. Safe spot is 3. Be cardinal of 3 if you still need to solve your temperature. Otherwise, be on 3. If you are on 1, you are dead. Aether Shield, Addle Reprisal. I should have said that earlier. Next, we're getting away when she stops spinning. Get away now.
Do not try and raise people during this part.
Yes, do not raise people. We're not LB3ing or anything like that. Don't raise people here. Look at your temperature. Figure out what you need to get hit by. And you got your force march now. Figure out what direction it's marching you in. Meteors are coming down very soon. You're going to be force marching to the meteor you need to get hit by. Force marches are going off in 3, 2, 1. Get back to center-ish and tanks Aether Shield. Addles and reprisals.
Okay.
And feints or whatever else. Cure 4 is Cure 4. Click that button.
Everyone behind the boss?
Everyone
behind.
Yes, behind the boss. If you want to take back over, you can. Unless, oh, you're dead. Okay, that's
I'm
fine.
dead.
I'll just do it. It's fine. No tanks need to be in front. We're gonna be walking to the side we need to be on. We're gonna be intercard white tiles. Intercard white tiles. Pop your sprint. Run to D as soon as the AoEs go off. Go now. Go now. Once again, healers, rescue any re-raisers in the fire. It looks like we're fine though. You got your temperature. You're also getting a brand here. Take a look at your brand as well as your temperature. Figure out what you need to get hit by. You're getting a force march here too. You need to force march to the arrow you need to get hit by. There could be a nothing arrow. Or there will be a nothing arrow, but like, go to it if you need it. Force march going off right about now. Tanks, Aether Shield, Addle, Reprisal. Keep it here once again. There's going to be a tank buster here. So right after this raid wide, tanks on the wall. Tanks on the wall with the main tank. After the tank buster goes off, face it back mid again, please. You don't have to pull it mid, just face it mid. It's fine. Get in front of it. Get in front. Get in front. In front, in front, in front. Alright, she's gonna go untargetable whenever she does her, after she gives you a temperature and a brand here.
We'll have LB3 after this mech.
Yes, correct. If you have both healers down in your party, please mark them so we can maybe get some sacks on them. Look at your temperature though and your brand. Figure out what you need to get hit by. She's going untargetable now. Safe spot is 2. Safe spot is 2. You might have to get hit twice here, but not in the same instance. Do not be on 4. If you're on 4, you're dead. Uh, 1. Safe spot is 1. Sorry, I had to do double there. Okay, Aether Shield, Addle, Reprisal. Hold damage at around 2% if we get there. Yeah, once again, Aether Shield, Addle, Reprisal here. Healers, LB3 now. It's fine. Get out whenever she stops spinning. Sorry, get out when she stops spinning. Get out now. And hopefully we kill before this all goes off. But if it does, if we don't kill, look at your temperature, look at your brand. We're gonna be walking to the meter we need to get hit by. Okay, we're fine. Nice. Just a couple people to raise, get them up. They might have not had a healer up or something in time. That's fine. Once again, I just want to say really quickly, if you have both healers dead in your party, try to mark them with like a shape or something, or a chain even. That way we can maybe try to have like a tank sack them up to get an LB off in time. Anyway, I'm gonna hand it back to Lux. Sorry.
Hi. I'm so sorry.
No, it's fine. That's what I'm here for, right? That's what I'm. That's why I told you I'm doing the run. I'm helping.
Tears. Okay.
What the fork? Okay.
All right. It looks like everyone's up. Do not go to Queen just yet. If you are new, come back to the traps, or if you want to join us in your new.
Lux is gonna show you what the pink trap does now, for anyone wondering.
We only like the pink trap.
It's the only good trap.
That's the only good trap in here. So get in really close to. Oh, someone already opened it. Oh. Well,
someone
we
already
can
took
all.
a mini trap.
We can all still be normal. It's fine.
No,
all right,
still go
so
to the other one.
yeah, so yeah, get in really close to this pink trap because it's the last one. And someone else already used the other one. Don't worry, it will not hurt you. Get closer. Closer. And now you can run as tiny as you like to be. There are traps on the next set of floors afterwards. I don't know.
Probably
if...
not. Hug the right wall.
I blew up 2 of them. Hug right and then run.
Did you not get the one right at the doorway? Okay, I assume you probably didn't go. You probably didn't go left. Yeah, hug the right wall. Hug the right wall. Coming in here. You can come in here. It's fine. Just make sure you're hugging the right wall. Coming all the way down. Follow the markers. I think it's an explosion trap too. So.
Already popped the explosion trap.
Oh, goodbye, Percy.
Percy found
Oh.
it.
Never mind.
Fun fact. Lala is
She
actually end up
re-raised.
being the largest race when they take the smallest trap, or the tiny trap.
That's true as well.
Oh yeah, I raise.
They're so big.
Percy.
She just walked right into it, like just like nothing, just walk straight into it.
I believe that my re-raiser would
Explosion.
pop.
Believed.
It was just
It's-
that easy, guys.
It's tactical actually. She's getting rid of her re-raiser so she doesn't get buff cold. That's the reason.
Yeah.
All right, so wait, when did I pick up the CNA? Oh, whatever.
Oh no, that's mine. Sorry.
Oh, okay. I was like, huh? Where did this come from?
No
All
worries.
right. So, if you are a tank and you know how this fight works, can you please offer yourself to the boxes over there? At the 1, 2, 3, and 4 marker, if you know
Are
what
you
you're
offering
doing.
yourself, Lux?
I feel like I should not offer myself at this point just because of what has happened this past few times.
This is Morel. I've done this fight, but not as a tank. I can try to do one of the Minotaurs.
This is Morale. Oh, okay, I see. Right.
I mean that's fine, yeah.
Yeah, it should be fine. For the most part, the people in the boxes, you guys are gonna be kiting these, you're gonna be kiting the ad Minotaurs. Well, I should start at the beginning, because I always skip over and go to ads, because ads is always the most important part. Welcome to the Lord. This is an additional boss that we have to fight in Savage, otherwise the Queen is unkillable. The Lord we do not care too much about. He's just gonna do things. We just call out what he does, and then basically after we get him down to a certain percentage, do not use your opener on him for the most part at the start. You're just going to use your baby opener because he's going to start ad phase. Ad phase is the most important part that we need to get through as soon as possible, because the longer the ad phase continues, the more chaotic things get, and it is probably the easiest way you can wipe a raid if things go south. Overall, for the main thing for ads is that the people in these number boxes, they are all tanks. You guys are in charge of taking care of these ads. You're gonna grab aggro at them, and you're just gonna keep kiting them around in a clockwise rotation. Well, the reason why is because the ads will apply a twice come ruin if they hit anyone with it, or hit just auto people in general. So it can go very south if things do not go very well in that vicinity. So I say this just because if you do grab aggro and you are not one of these tanks, that's okay. You are technically, just consider yourself the kiting tank and just move clockwise instead of staring directly at it and